Hello, Aiden.
Hello.
Just you for now.
Okay. How have you been this fine, splendid break?
Oh, fine. Just a lot of relaxing, videos no one watches. Are you even still watching this point?
I watch them. I'm just a day behind because
Okay,
usually on Fridays I try to finish up math and English.
that's fine. I think you might be the only person who was watching, so I don't know.
I mean, I like watching them just because it just refreshes stuff. Like today I did Fridays videos, your videos, and then I just started doing like the European history videos, and I'm going to try to crank them all out
All
this
right.
week.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea if they even were good or not. It was just something to keep me engaged, and hopefully somebody, like at least you were watching them, so that's some kind of engagement for some kid. So there you go. No one gave me an essay, so I have nothing to say with the essays because no one did it. So
Yeah. I mean, I need to start doing some. Is there still links for them, like the prompts on Moodle?
the first one is done. I mean, you could do it. I can't grade at this point, but the one from last week is still there. You can technically still turn it in today before midnight. I can take it if you wanted to get it for points for it. But I think that's the other issue too. Having the kids that I only had 13, and then I want to say like 7 or 8 of you already had A's when you left. So a lot of people probably just didn't feel like doing it.
I just need to do them just to get back into the practice of the DBQ style. Because in English, we've just been doing a bunch of prose analysis because that's what the test is going to be on.
Yeah.
So it's just a different style, really. So.
Right. Hey, Celeste. We were just talking about.
Hello.
I got no essays turning last week from Euro, so it's okay. I mean, like I said, I think both y'all had A's, but for practice, it's good. You got 2 prompts there for practice just to get back in the groove of things, which we were just talking about, just to kind of get that format down again.
I'm going to do them before the test. I just didn't do it for the grade.
That's fine. Well, yeah, like if you wanted to, like this, the first one is done for a grade, but if you wanted the second one to be a grade, you can turn in today still, and I can accept it.
Okay.
But I have to post a third one today. So yeah, and like I was saying too to him, like most of y'all had A's when we left, so I didn't think people were going to do it anyway.
I have a Princeton review book from Katie last year that I've been using to review mainly.
That's good.
Which is good.
As long as you're doing something, I don't really care. I mean, your grade's what your grade is. If you want to make a better grade, write an essay. If you don't, it doesn't bother me any. Hello, Alex.
Hello.
Happy May the 4th.
Oh, yeah.
May the 4th be with all of you.
Happy Star Wars Day.
International holiday.
I know. All right. I'll wait a minute, maybe more. We get everybody's trickling in. So, got about half what we had last time. Who did we not hear from last time? We had most people on here last time. I think we didn't hear from I didn't see Thomas, Sarah, or Mimi were on last time. Was anybody else on last time? Everybody else was on here. Miranda was there.
Nisha was there.
Yeah.
I think Twan.
Yeah, I don't think he ever talked or showed his face, but I think he was there too.
Yeah, I think so.
Do we know how everybody's feeling or doing? Are y'all just checked out too much at this point, or what?
I mean, I'm good. It just doesn't feel like real.
Yeah.
We're about to have AP tests because I'm so far moved from school.
I understand.
Yeah.
Is anyone out there saying I'm just not doing it? Because I want names.
Not that I've heard.
I don't know. Thomas is still doing it apparently.
Don't lie to me, Alex. All right. Yeah, we had Ethan was on last time too. I think that's everybody, huh? Zach was on last time as well, wasn't he? Here's Twan. Here he comes.
I think so.
Okay. Let Twan get loaded up, and I guess we'll get started here. All right. Oh, there's two more. All right. It's a good thing I waited. Everybody's coming in this thing late. All right. So, what day is your test?
May 13th.
13.
13.
Next Wednesday, right? We have a week and 2 days to do something. So I just got off the 8-push call. My biggest message to them was, if to this point, and this is one of the reasons I want to have it today, if up to this point you've done nothing, it's not too late. And I understand I'm not going to judge you if you've done absolutely nothing since March, whatever. But I don't care how you are as a student, what grade you had when you left. Everyone is too far removed from school and material to do nothing from today to next Wednesday. The video notes I made, you can watch them if you want. They're just me mostly just reading the packets, also incorporating some key concepts, whatever you think is most useful. I would say that you got 3 packets to read. They're kind of lengthy packets, but 3 packets, you split them up into half each day. You can do it 6 days, and that still gives you 3 extra days to prepare for this exam next Wednesday. So starting today or tomorrow, get those prints and review packets I have on Moodle. It's all laid out on Moodle too. If you go to Moodle, it's like every day is laid out with also corresponding crash courses to watch along with it. Every crash course up through where you need to be will be there. I have not finished your note videos. Like I still have a few more days worth of notes to probably post this week. I'll probably be finished with it either Wednesday or Thursday, but Thursday I should definitely, I'm not posting it today, but the remaining crash course videos and note videos I will make Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that'll probably be it. But that's just something to keep in mind, that if you've done nothing, that's okay, but now is the point of return. You have to do something at this point, and that's one of the main reasons I want to have a Zoom meeting today, was that you need to go on and read those prints and review packets today or starting tomorrow. Split them up in half. That's 6 days. You're not doing any period 4. Also, don't worry about Middle Ages. You're doing Renaissance to the beginning of World War I. That's it. Okay, so don't worry about any Middle Ages stuff at all whatsoever. Let me ask you this question real quick. I know that you're not going to have the full-on test, but I was going to ask you this question earlier on this year. When we did the first unit 1, the little recap unit, I did about a week worth. I think the whole thing was a week, where it was like very quickly Roman Empire, early stuff, all that, Greece and Rome. And then I did about 3 days solid of Middle Ages. I'm thinking about this year just doing Middle Ages. Would that seem better? Or do you think that other stuff helped? Like, I talked a little about Cicero, like in Roman times. Did that all think would just be?
I think like talking about the like inspiration of the humanists during the Renaissance is good, but yeah, I mean I didn't mind it. Good background.
So that's what I was kind of thinking. Just basically, if I get to a guy like Cicero, do it whenever in the Renaissance unit. I don't really need to do it ahead of time. Is my point.
Yep.
I don't know. I thought it was good to do it ahead of time.
Okay.
I think for me it was really useful just to kind of learn where like some of that Greco-Roman influence came from.
Okay.
So that was a positive about kind of reviewing it before anything else.
I thought I was going to have a better. The reason I'm asking is I thought I was going to have a better idea about how where on track we were. Like, it'd be beneficial if somewhere we could like have a week at it, but I don't know if it's possible at this point. But I think we've been fine with material to finish up by April. I don't know. It is what it is. But I'm just kind of curious about your input. So I might do it and trim a little bit more fat if I can find any and cut it down a little bit more. But I was contemplating just doing like a quick Middle Ages and not doing all of this. But if you think it's useful, I might keep it as is. All right. So I want to go over some of the things the College Board's released. I'm going to read some slides they released to the teachers, and then I will post this on Moodle for you to read it yourself. Biggest thing is if you you need to go make sure you have your account and password wherever that's written down or whatever it is. You need to go log in to College Board. Like, make sure that you can log into your account immediately. Don't wait to the day of the exam for any exam, because you want to make sure all that's set aside and ready to go. I talked to Push. You're supposed to get an e-ticket to the exam. They were saying that they got word it was going to be like 3 days out. Did y'all hear something similar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So have y'all all gotten information from College Board? Like an email?
Mhm.
Okay, good. So just be aware that look for that e-ticket so you can be able to log in the day of the exam. Check your emails in general. So here's some information they've released. How early must you log in prior to your exam?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Because when you log in, you're going to have to do some identification information. So you can't log in like 3 minutes prior and then be ready to go. It's not just a simple login. You're going to log in, fill out some information, and then take your exam. So on that note, whatever devices you're using, phone, tablet, computer, make sure it's all plugged in. Turn off, screen savers or those kind of things. Make sure you don't lose power during the exam. That way your exam prompts can stay open the entire time. So to check in, you're going to have to use your e-ticket 30 minutes prior, complete identity information, and wait for the exam to begin automatically. What time is your exam going to start?
3.
Should be 3 p.m. I'm going to go back and check all that and send it back out to you. It should be 3 p.m. next week. So 2:30, you're logging in and getting set up. 45 minutes to write your response to the DBQ, and then 5 minutes to submit. Other things from College Board. It won't be more difficult this year to earn a 3, 4, or 5. So basically, they're not trying to make anything different, harder because of the format. Just write it like a normal essay. Don't try to go overboard or something like that. AP exams are never graded on a curve, and this year exams are no different. So they're not doing anything grading differently this year at all. Don't worry if you don't complete all parts of your question before you need to attach or submit your response. Just write what you can, attach it, and submit, and do the best you can. What do you need to have ready on the day of the exam? The e-ticket. So that's like very important. Make sure you have the e-ticket ready to go. Completed exam day checklist, including AP ID. That should be something you're getting in an email, the checklist. Just be on the lookout for that. Device, whatever device you're going to use, laptop, tablet, or smartphone, have that ready to go, charged up, plugged in. If you're going to use a browser on your laptop, they suggest using Chrome. So they say use Chrome, Firefox, or Safari, or Edge, but Chrome is what they recommend. Required for type responses. So if you're going to do a type response, Microsoft Word, Google Docs, or Notes, or another application to enter and save text into. You are permitted to use your class notes or study guide, textbooks, or other classroom sources, previous assignments or assessments. On that note, this is how I feel about submitting this assignment. If it was me, I would handwrite it. If you were taking this test in person, it'd be a handwritten test as well. If you do decide to handwrite it, it must be written in what?
Pen.
Pen. Must be
Blue,
pen.
black ink.
What's that, Alex?
Blue or black ink.
Yes, thank you. I had a few push people turn their handwritten assignments in, and one was in pencil, and it's just hard to read. So don't hurt yourself. Write in pen. Also, when you take a photograph, I had a few kids who take it. Like a few kids had the notebook in front of them and just took it from their perspective. So don't do it that way. Take a picture over the document. That way it's all evenly shown. Don't have some weird angle picture if you submit it that way. The reason I say this is just because if you're a fast typer, type away. I don't care. If you have to switch back and forth between the documents, to me it'd just be easier to write it and have the documents on my screen, and I don't have to switch back and forth. That's just me. If you want to type it, knock yourself out. Either way is fine. You're going to have 3 ways to submit this on the exam day. You can either handwrite it, and then take photographs, and then submit the photographs like JPEG files on the website. You can type it on something else like a Word document or something, copy and paste it like you do for Moodle, and just throw it into their response block that they're going to put out. Or you can just save it as a Word document, and then same way you do the JPEG, you submit the document file and upload it that way. Any of those ways work. But they do recognize the fact you're going to have your notes out. If it was me, I would lock myself in a room, which they say to do, like go lock yourself in a room, put a do not disturb sign on the door. What I would have is like all my notes laid out in front of me. Like I would have every unit from Renaissance to the pre-World War I stuff stacked up. It's at 3 p.m. So even if you don't do this to the day of, what I would do the morning of is maybe take a couple hours and just fan through the notes to see like where people were located, like Isaac Newton or Michelangelo or Rousseau or whoever. Just because you might have talked about him over here, you might think it's Enlightenment, we might have talked about him over here somewhere else. So it's just kind of a refresher like, hey, these people or these events are located in these stacks. And maybe you like want to label each stack like here are major things that are found in each unit. That way, whenever the prompt comes up, you can just pick that unit up and go find them real quick, as opposed to fishing through notes. That's how I would do it. I have it all laid out, ready to go. They suggest not using Google or researching things. I think the reason being is because they don't want you copying and pasting information. Now, it's one thing to go copy a definition down, but if you need to like have a name, like if you need to like go Google search a name of an event or person, fine. That's not going to count against you for plagiarism. But they're concerned about people wasting time. You only have 45 minutes, so don't waste time is kind of their issue. And also don't cheat. We went over the submission types. Okay, exam security. You may not incorporate work which is not your own, and you may not provide or receive aid of any kind from anyone. To identify students attempting to receive help through the web, phone, or social media, sophisticated detection technologies and processes will be applied. Those techniques will remain confidential to maximize their effectiveness. We'll be monitoring social media and discussion.
What is going on?
What? You still there, Miranda?
I'm sorry. There's like a parade outside my house at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Ignore it. That's not important. Most techniques will remain confidential to maximize their effectiveness. We will be monitoring social media and discussion sites to detect and disrupt cheating. We may post content designed to confuse or to deter those who attempt to cheat. Attempts to cheat will be detected immediately. During testing or will be identified in June or July simultaneously with the exam scoring. In addition, students' exams will be scanned by plagiarism detection software shared directly with their teachers. So I'm gonna get to see what you put down too. Students found violating exam security will face severe consequences, which can include having their names reported to college admissions offices for attempted cheating and AP exam scores canceled. So you might, now for y'all, that just means like all your exams for this year scores will be canceled, but they'll also contact your university that you plagiarized or cheated on the exam, which could hurt your admissions to the school you're trying to get into. So don't do it. What they know happens is that they know that y'all make communities like on Facebook or some kind of social media site where it's like, here's an AP Euro group. And the prompt releases at 3 p.m. and then everybody jumps on that sucker and just starts like throwing out information, names, even if it's not national, even if it's just the 13 of you doing this, like somebody throws out, 6 examples to use in this essay. Well, they detect that Zachary High students used all the exact same examples for their prompt, for their writing. There might be a cheating going on. So that's what they're talking about. Don't collaborate with each other on the day of to make it easier. And don't go to social media sites to post it. All right. So what is the only type of essay this is going to be?
DBQ.
DBQ.
No one wrote last week's DBQ, so I don't know what you know or don't know about the formatting, but how many documents are they going to give you maximum?
5.
5. How many must you use to get full credit?
4.
Or
You can use all 5 if you want. The rubric is not that different, but I want to go over them one more time, make sure we're all on the same page about the rubric. Intro paragraph does not change. It's contextualization. It's thesis. Contextualization, don't be afraid to give detail. Like a few of my A-push kids were giving me some generalities, but you can give detail, okay? It's okay to give specifics leading up in your contextualization. It can't count for your outside information, but it can be specific. 4 or 5 sentences on contextualization. One issue I saw in some of my A-push papers that some were afraid to reword the prompt. It's okay to take the prompt as is and reword it, but you can't just use that prompt sentence. You have to do what behind it?
Do your roadmap.
Right, add on to it. Like, here are the major ideas that I'm going to showcase the thesis in the paper. So a lot of times whenever you try to like write something completely different from the thesis, you write something that's very bad. It's not, doesn't really contain what's going on. So take the prompt, reword it, make sure you incorporate the major names of whatever it's talking about. And then behind that, say, you know, this is demonstrated in the following ways. And here are your 3 examples. Okay. Body paragraphs. Every body paragraph should start off with a topic sentence. I had a few A-push people kind of make their documents the paragraph theme, and that's wrong. Remember that you need to have it to where it's topical. The documents are only there to support what you're saying, not the other way around. So don't start any body paragraph with a document information. Every document should use 2 sentences. I don't care if they're compatible with each other. You got to use 2 sentences. You should not quote. Don't quote. It's a waste of time. Even if you're typing, don't quote. Okay. I don't know if you're going to have a copy and paste feature to quote anyway, but readers skip it anyway. Paraphrase in the first sentence. What? Is that a question? Okay. Paraphrase in the first sentence. Second sentence is your explanation of like how it connects back to your major thesis. That's where you can also incorporate PPHA. So you have to do that for 4 documents. How many times are you required per this new rubric to do PPHA?
2.
2.
But I recommend
3.
3, right? And that can be very easily done in that second sentence of the paragraph, okay? So that's something to keep in mind whenever you're doing this come exam day. How many, this is also different, how many outside examples must you now incorporate?
Um,
2,
that
right?
one I'm not sure. 2.
That's different because the original rubric is only 1 and now they want 2. So which is why you want your notes handy in case you need an example. And I don't just mean like drop off a name and then walk away. Like if it's about the Enlightenment, don't say an example of a British Enlightenment thinker, Thomas Hobbes. And you're like, okay, boom, check mark. I got my outside information. That's not, and you know this from A-push, that's not really what they're looking for. They want you to say like, Thomas Hobbes is an example of English Enlightenment because he did blah, 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 right? And you explain whatever he did, right? So don't just name drop and then walk away is my point. You want to like name drop an act or person and then explain behind it. So that's your 7 points for the rubric. It's not that different. 1 point for contextualization, 1 point for thesis, 2 points for using 4 documents correctly. A 5th point for using 2 outside sources. Or not sources, information. Don't go pull something off the web. Like information from your head, 2 outside things from your head. The 6th point is PPHA, which that's point of view, purpose, historical context, or audience. The 7th is just does your overall paper make an argument, so on and so forth. So that's what they're looking for. I can't tell you where to study harder. They haven't released any information on that field. All we know is that it's from Renaissance to pre-World War I information. I have no idea where it'll be. Last year's prompts, I posted it last week, I think, for the assignment. I can't remember what it was. Last year's prompt, I need to go back and look what it was. It's, no one looked at it, I'm guessing, right?
Nope.
No, okay.
I did not.
I'll have to go back and look at it. I forget what it was that I posted because no one wrote the essay on it, so I forgot. But yeah, the whatever prompt I posted for the first week, I think it was Enlightenment based or France maybe. anyway, probably not going to be this year's topic. Is my point. So just keep that in mind. I don't know. So don't overstress yourself. Break up the material best you can. Go over it a little bit every day. Like I said, you take the three packets, split up in half. You do 6 days worth of review. Watch some crash course videos. Get your notes kind of stacked up and analyzed. You should be good to go. I don't plan to get together again via Zoom between now and the exam date. So this is your last chance to like talk to me or ask questions. Y'all have any questions for me before we move on?
Is it still like 5 paragraphs? Because if we could do like 2 for like
There's
2
no
documents, 2
paragraph
documents.
recommendation for a College Board. I just say that because it's just, if you're going to, like in the normal rubric, you have 6 documents. So to me, that makes the most sense to have 3 body paragraphs. They will completely okay. They're completely okay with giving like 2 big body paragraphs. That's fine. Just don't make like 2 tiny paragraphs. But if you want to do 2 body paragraphs, knock yourself out.
Okay.
Do you know how many days before the test we'll get the e-ticket?
They said 3.
Okay.
So if you don't see anything Sunday, let me know Monday, and it really, it's not me. If you don't get your ticket, email Miss Henry on that Monday. She's the person who will be able to coordinate it. I'm not really that person. So Miss Henry will be the person to get your e-ticket resolved. But if you don't have it by Monday, that's when you need to panic and you need to start emailing her so she can figure that out.
Okay.
Other questions? So once I'm assuming the way things are trending right now, we're gonna have like we're gonna have restaurants kind of come back to normal by the end of the month, early June. My goal is to maybe just have like a kind of a brief get together if y'all want to. Mainly because I have these shirts. I want to get rid of these shirts that I have. And you can come get your shirt for $10 if you haven't paid me already, and I can get rid of these suckers. But maybe in this month, maybe early June, once everything kind of gets resolved, and hopefully Governor Edwards releases us to go eat food like normal people again, we can get together and we can kind of meet up, have a last hurrah, and spread all the shirts around. For the people, most of y'all are here. We have a majority, even though it's sad it's only 8 people. For the other 5, if you talk to them, just kind of see where they're at, encourage them, make sure they're taking the test. There's no reason why any of the 13 of you can't take this test. Like I said, I haven't talked because, like, I think the 3 who weren't on the last one were Mimi, Thomas, and Sarah. I have no idea how they stand right now. But if you talk to any of them, reassure them, make sure they're taking the test, make sure they all feel good about it. If they need help from me, email me. Do you have any questions about Moodle or anything else?
Nope.
I do not.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Congratulations on graduating. I guess you all passed. I assume.
Hey.
Try to be there for the graduation parade thing whenever that happens later this month. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. It's Teach Appreciation Week, so feel free to mail me all your gifts. I'll be very thankful.
Get coronavirus on them.
Right, exactly.
We appreciate you.
I think that's it, guys. I'll miss y'all. Sorry we couldn't have like a real proper send off and goodbye. But I'll be at Zachary High if you need me for anything, and hopefully we get to see each other one more time after graduation and everything else. So, anything else? Everybody's good?
Good to go.
All right.
Good luck. See you later.
Bye.
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 Bye.